Hey guys, in this video we're going to be doing a brake pad change on this 2016 Toyota Camry. First we're going to start off with the front, so let's get started. All right, so before you ever put your car in reverse or drive, make sure you do this. Get your car started up and start giving your brake some taps. You may feel it will be like a big sponge, and you want to tap it until you gain that pressure back. Because if you throw it in reverse or you put it in drive, you may not have your brakes already established and you might have an accident. So make sure before you ever go, get in your car, start her up, make sure we get compression, and then give it a drive. So, little tip. All right guys, this is the tools that we're going to be using to do the front brake pads. So first thing is going to be getting your lug nuts off. I'm going to be using a 13/16 on this little tire tool here. We're going to have to push that piston back on your caliper using a C-clamp for that. Going to need a ratchet, socket, 14 millimeter. You're going to need a slim open end 17 millimeter wrench. A couple flathead screwdrivers come in handy, and then of course a torque wrench so you can get it torqued back into spec. And flashlights are always good if you can't quite see what you're doing. Brake lubricant, and then of course your pads. Now what we're going to be doing is only the pads. We're not going to be replacing the rotors. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the wheel. I'm going to leave it on the ground before I jack it up just so I can break the lug nuts free. Now they're broken free, we'll jack it up, and then we'll get the lug nuts off. And sometimes you just got to kick it. Now, if you don't have any other jack stands or anything, you can take your tire and lay it up underneath your car as kind of a secondary protection there. Now, since we're doing the front, I'm going to get in the car, turn the wheel. We're going to turn the caliper towards us. Makes doing this job a lot easier. So since we're not going to be doing the rotors, we're just going to be taking off this caliper. So I'm just going to be getting this bolt, and that's with your 14 millimeter. I should be able to pop this off. And we're just going to lay it up here. So here are pads that we're going to be replacing. I'll use my flathead. So these old brake pads have this kind of little, it's called a wear sensor, where when these get too low, these start grinding on your rotor to kind of say, hey, you need to change your brakes. So the new brake pads that I have did not come with these. So I'm just going to be popping these off and use them on the other pads. So if you want to see the difference between the old brake pads and the new, see there's quite a bit of a difference there. So we're just going to put this clip on, and this little piece is going to be pointing towards your rotor. So I got that on one. I like to put a little bit of this brake lubricant right around where it's going to be kind of moving in and out right here. Slide it in like that. We do the other. Well, normally these have some butterfly clips. You'll see a hole here, and it will come down here like a little V there, and then same here. But these did not have them on. I don't think it's detrimental if you don't have them. If they did have, I would have went ahead and put them on, but I don't have another set, so I'm just going to leave it as is. Obviously, the last brakes and these brakes were from Toyota. Someone messed up and didn't put them on, but like I said, it's not a big deal. So before you put everything back together, you do want to make sure that this seal looks okay. I don't see any issues or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead, push this piston back using that C-clamp. Take one of your old brakes. Open your C-clamp. Now some people will open up your brake bleed to allow it to bleed off. I'm not going to do that. There's some arguments as to why to do it. One is possibly damaging your ABS sensor or what have you, and I've never had any issues, so this is how I'm doing it. Just like that. You see our pistons back down. And sometimes this little pin here will stick out, so you might have to push that back a little bit. That's what I just now did. Just push this down and then it'll slide in. Put the pins in, or sorry, put the bolts in where your pins are. And I'm just going to tighten it down a little bit. And you'll see that this nut starts to move when it starts to get a little bit tighter. And this is where we're going to put our torque wrench on it and our slim open end wrench, 17 millimeter. And you're going to torque this down to 25 foot-pounds. All right, we're going to straighten up the wheel and then put the wheel back on. All right, then we'll tighten them down in kind of like a star pattern here, 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 here. Then I like to go over it one more time. I'm going to set the tire down on the ground, and then I'll go over it one more time, and then we're done. All right, so before you ever put your car in reverse or drive, make sure you do this. Getting your car started up and start giving your brake some taps. You may feel it will be like a big sponge, and you want to tap it until you gain that pressure back. Because if you throw it in reverse or you put it in drive, you may not have your brakes already established, and you might have an accident. So make sure before you ever go, get in your car, start her up, make sure we get compression, and then give it a drive. So, little tip. Hey, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. And if you see something that I may have missed, or maybe a tip that could help somebody else when they're doing this job, please put it in the comments below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.